Hey, I want to talk about why you overthink, why you're constantly second guess yourself, and what you can do about it to heal quickly so that you can feel confident, right? It's all about feeling confident and strong and feeling good again. So what people really don't understand about overthinking, second guessing, is that really it's a form of protection. It's your mind's way of protecting yourself. And the reason why you may be overthinking is because A, you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of rejection, or you are afraid of letting others down. And if you were in a toxic relationship for a number of years, you probably walked on eggshells for so long that you just got accustomed to second guessing yourself and always trying to keep the peace. And so you overthought about, like, should I say this? Should I do that? Should I do this to keep the peace? And so it leaves you with, this inability to really feel safe and secure in your own mind and in your own body. So if you second guess yourself, if you're an overthinker, it's going to prevent you from moving forward because it keeps you paralyzed. And yes, it's a form of protection, but that protection will actually stunt you. It'll stunt your growth. It'll stunt your ability to connect with others in intimate relationships and on a more intimate level in your personal relationships. So it's really important you do what it takes to stop the second guessing, to stop the overthinking. And also it keeps you from feeling totally authentic, totally confident, and totally strong in who you are. So what do you do about it? What if you find that you were in a toxic relationship for years on end and it left you with this inability to really become decisive and trust in yourself again? Well, I want you to hop on over to IG too and connect with me there, because I put up some amazing body work and breath work techniques so you can learn to trust in yourself, because that is the first step in the process that I teach, is learning to soothe a dysregulated nervous system. If you've been walking on your eggshells forever, if you grew up in chaos, in trauma, and you have abandonment wounds, then that stuff is going to leave you second guessing yourself and overthinking and afraid to commit to making the quote unquote wrong decision. And then the second part of the process is to heal the underlying abandonment wound that is constantly seeking validation from others. Until you do that, you can't move forward. Until you do that, you can't be your authentic self. You can't put up healthy boundaries. That's another thing that I'm constantly kind of having to reverse engineer that's out there in the healing world, where people are like, set healthy boundaries, set healthy boundaries. Well, the truth is, you cannot follow through on those healthy boundaries unless you reclaim your own self-worth. So that's step number 3. You have to reclaim your own self-worth and know that you are worthy before you can set those healthy boundaries, because you won't follow through if you are going to put other people's needs and value other people's desires above your own. So there are actionable tools that you can actually take, baby steps. It starts with baby steps to actually increase your self-esteem, increase your self-worth, and increase your confidence. And as you do that, you can start to set up more boundaries, follow through on those boundaries. And again, it's soothing that dysregulated nervous system, but it's also identifying that wound and using tools to heal that abandonment wound that's causing your people pleasing, that's causing the second guessing. Yes, self-worth comes before healthy boundaries. It's kind of a chicken and an egg thing. Thanks, Mitch, for asking that question. That's a great question, because it is kind of like a chicken and egg thing. If you still believe that other people's needs and desires are more important than yours, then when they push back on those boundaries, you're ultimately going to let go of those boundaries. So you've got to identify that abandonment wound that is causing you to seek the validation from others, that seeks the approval of others, that is longing for validation and acceptance from others. That's really the key. And there is like a systematic process that I teach. It's a systematic. And my client today, he actually said to me, he goes, "Oh my God, this process not only is like for divorced people, it's for all relationships." And I was like, yeah, it's gonna heal everything. It's gonna heal those intimate relationships, because our intimate relationships are really huge mirrors, and they really magnify places within us that need to be healing. So that's why, I speak to the divorced people and I speak to divorced men, because it's a magnifier of our own triggers and our own wounds. And once our intimate partner kind of magnifies that and mirrors that for us, then we can heal it. So that's why a great place to start is with divorce, because many of us know that divorce is really, man, it is a life changer. It is life altering, and we've got to really, in order to make this next chapter the best ever, we've got to put some tools in place so that we don't make those same mistakes twice, so that we don't end up in those dysfunctional relationship patterns or sabotaging healthy relationships or all that good stuff. So, all right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thanks, Mitch. I'm actually gonna hop off here, but Mitch, thank you. Yes. Share recovery. Oh, I love men who've done recovery work, because they just have like a higher sense of identity, a higher sense of who they are. So actually I get a lot of my male clients in particular, that are sober, have been sober for many, many years, and have done a lot of the recovery work, because they've done a lot of the introspection. They've done a lot of self-reflection and self-healing to identify, where their own issues are, so that they don't turn to addictions and things to self-soothe and self-medicate. And I think that is because a lot of men are not allowed to express their feelings. They're not allowed to be open and vulnerable and emotionally open with feelings. It's seen as a weakness. So I really, really admire men who've done the recovery work, because it is amazing, and they're amazing men, and the ability to self-reflect and self-heal, and it's just amazing. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. All right. So, one other thing, y'all, and to get some actionable tools that you can actually implement, like today, tomorrow, join my Healing Abandonment Masterclass. We're doing that next Friday. So I'm going to put the link down below. So I want you guys to come and join us. It's going to be amazing. These classes are like my client said, he's like, "This isn't just for divorced people, it's for all your relationships." I was like, I know. so he was, for your sister, your mom, everybody. And I was like, yes, I get it. So, all right. I look forward to seeing y'all next Friday.